Welcome into Campus Insiders coverage of the 2014 NCAA tournament. I am Bonnie Bernstein alongside my esteemed colleagues, Jordan Cornette and Nicholas. You like that?
I've never been called an esteemed colleague before.
It might be the last time, depending on how this all goes.
I
think the general consensus is in this tournament that it's really one of the more wide open tournaments we've seen. Nobody's going chalk for their Final Four. What direction you going, Jordan?
I got one team that I am going chalk with. That's the Florida Gators, the hottest team in the country right now. Look, when I fill out my Final Four bracket, I want great guard play, I want senior leadership, and I want defense. All four of my teams have it. We're starting with Florida, the best team in the country right now. Michigan State is finally healthy. Brendan Dawson and what happens with Keith Appling remains to be seen, but they're playing at a high level. Look no further than their performance in the Big Ten tournament. Louisville, nobody's talking about this team. It's essentially the same roster from last year. Yes, Peyton Siva's gone, but they've got guards who stepped up in Jones and Rozier. And now, yes, no Gorgie Jang down low, the 7-footer. But man, Montrezl Harrell has been fantastic for this team. And then there's San Diego State. Steve Fisher gets back to where he belongs. In the Final Four, Drew's shaking his head, but this team does it with defense. Xavier Thames is fantastic, a guy who created his own shot, make the big play with the shot clock winding down. Long, rangy athletes, incredibly athletic. Love these guys.
They do play some pretty sick D.
Yeah, they do, but I can't really go with you right there on that pick, Jordan. I've got Florida as being the first team in my Final Four. This is a team with a lot of experience. Think about this. 4 seniors who've gotten to 3 straight Elite Eights. That's an impressive feat. Now, Michigan State, I think this team is finally healthy. Keith Appling, as well as Brendan Dawson. Those two guys alongside Gary Harris and Adrian Payne. I think this team is really going to make a run. Louisville, my team, who I think is the hottest team in the country. Russ Smith, Chris Jones, as well as Montrezl Harrell, I think is the best big post player in the country right now. And then for my 4th team, I've got Wisconsin. And I know Jordan doesn't really like this.
Take a deep breath before you throw this one out there.
I really like Wisconsin just because of Frank Kaminsky and the evolution of Sam Decker. Those two guys has turned Wisconsin not only from a defensive team, but also into an offensive team. Bo Ryan now understands that you need both defense and offense to make the Final Four, as we've seen in years past with Wisconsin.
If I'm any kind of athletic guard, I'm calling for the clear out. This Wisconsin team struggles to defend on the ball, and I think clear outs for athletic guards attacking the rim will simply be too much. Wisconsin defensively a little bit defunct, which is weird to say with a Bo Ryan basketball team. Better athletes, better offense, defense lacking.
Better offense than defense this year. I can't remember the last time we said that about Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
I know. Well, I'm in lockstep with you guys on the left side of the bracket. I got Florida and Michigan State. I see, to your point, Louisville with the momentum, even though I think Michigan State is the hottest team in the country right now. Where I'm struggling is the West region. Nobody's talking about Oklahoma State. Marcus Smart had a great reputation, still does really, before the suspension. They had that losing streak, and since he's come back, I sort of feel this is a kid who wants to and has the ability to put a team on his back and give them some momentum through the tournament. Do you have your brackets filled out? If you don't, we have the perfect tool for you. Go to CampusInsiders.com and check out our 68 in 60 feature. Click on any team on that bracket and a pop-up of a 60-second video feature. Check it out.